Hello, my name's Keith Warrington. When I was 19, I joined Operation Mobilization for a year's evangelism in Europe. As preparation, I was sent a collection of sermons to listen to, and most of them were dedicated to evangelistic issues, as you will have imagined. But I was surprised that the first topic concentrated on the issue of unity. I couldn't understand the relevance of this topic to young people like myself who were dedicated to telling others about Jesus. But I soon learned the wisdom of those who had indicated that we needed to actively consider the importance of unity in our mission. You see, as I spent time in small groups engaging in mission in Belgium and Italy, differences and potentially divisive issues crept into our lives and our times together, and they could have spoiled our relationships and our mission. You see, unity is a treasure to be sought. Without it, our relationships and our fellowship and our missions can be hurt and scarred. And the plea for unity and the plague of disunity is noted throughout the pages of the Bible. In his first letter to the church in Corinth, Paul spends the first 4 chapters dealing with these themes, and thereafter he identifies a lack of harmony and cohesion amongst the Christians as the cause of all their many problems. Disunity. It's little wonder that Jesus prays for unity amongst his followers in John chapter 17. You see, the potential for harming the Christian community by disunity is greater than most other sins. I was startled to read a sermon by a Muslim cleric who called for unity amongst Muslims in his community. That's not what startled me. He identified division as the greatest problem facing Islamic religious leaders today and pointed out the dangers of disunity, providing evidence from the Quran. That wasn't the startling part of his sermon. The most troubling sentence of the sermon was this. His plea was that unity should be encouraged in his community because disunity and division were characteristics of Christians. It's so tragic when as Christians we poorly reflect the harmony so desired by Jesus, so desired by Paul the Apostle. Just over 100 years ago, Pentecostalism was born, and since then it's grown to be one of the biggest and fastest growing components of Christianity. It's big, but it's not what it was, because now it's multi-denominational and multicultural. There are now so many different classical Pentecostal, neo-Pentecostal and independent Pentecostal churches, so many of them that it now takes 2 dictionaries and a regular supply of books and articles to try to do justice to exploring them. And although originally it was largely a Western movement, it's now increasingly being represented by people from the majority world. 66% of Pentecostals now live in the majority world. 87% live in poorer areas of the world. 71% are not white. In fact, it's possible that by 2025, more than 80% of Pentecostals will reside in Asia. Increasingly, it's more accurate to identify Pentecostalism in the plural form, Pentecostalisms, as there's no longer a set framework into which all Pentecostals easily fit. Here's my question. How can we as Pentecostals, as well as other Christians, how can we stay united in the face of such diversity, let alone develop fellowship with other Christians who differ to us in some beliefs and some practices? Well, If you're interested in exploring this topic, you might like to check out our Word and Spirit website, where you can read an article that I wrote. It's called Cracked or Broken: Pentecostal Unity. I hope you find it valuable.